Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, but I play other games as well, and welcome to The Monster Inside. I was actually going to play Broken Age, but I took one quick look at a walkthrough on how to solve the wiring up the little triangular buddy thing, and I actually did manage to do it, but it took me so goddamn long, and then I looked a bit more ahead, and saw that the entire last section of the game apparently is spent wiring up these little bastards. So I thought, fuck that, I am not in the mood and I don't have the time, let's just try something different. So that's what we're doing here, we're trying something different. We're trying a visual novel that was done for a Ludum Dare, where the theme was, The Monster is You. I remember my friend Brian from the Square Waves FM podcast talking about this. So this is apparently a detective story, where the monster is you, or you, and there's no speech, so I'll have to read this out loud, because this is a detective noir story. I don't know if you can tell from the music, but my head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I've had in years left me feeling like I've been punched in the jaw, but just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. By his heels, apparently. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vinetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much, and were trying to drown me in paperwork, those bastards. It was a slow month, weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing my office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. That's his mirror, apparently. It's a nicely decorated office, though. I like it. I don't dare look at my own reflection, because I'm a vampire. I'm too afraid of what I might see, afraid someday I might have to face what I really am, a vampire. The girl came in so quiet, I nearly choked on my cigarette. You don't want to do that, that stinks. Mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. That's my girl voice, I can't do any other voice, I'm sorry. Okay, so now we got a choice. Calm the fuck down, sit down and talk slowly. What can I help you with? You ever hear knocking first? Fucker. Yeah, what can I help you with? Please, no one else will listen to me. Go on. I will. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. Way to leave a first impression there, dude. I could tell this might take a while, so I'd better drug myself. Her name was Lily. That's not a B. It's not Billy, it's Lily. It's a very noir name, by the way. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Good news, everyone. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk. Apparently she knows how to keep company, like me, philandering bastard. But this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing, and she would prefer it if he stayed that way. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Yeah, well, she was a cunt anyway, who cares? You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he wouldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him and no one believes me. He's got to be in trouble. Well, he is now. His wife's dead and he's missing. I ain't saying I don't believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Or, case looks pretty simple to me. We're hard-boiled, we just had a slug of whiskey, let's just go, it's simple. Well, mister, I'm actually a vampire. No. Jack. You can just call me Jack. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would never left without me. He promised me. Okay, so the killer murdered his wife and then absconded with him? I'm pretty sure she did it now. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Perhaps presents, or whiskey, or pills. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him in on charges. You've got to prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they're in too much of a hurry. You know, murder is kind of a second priority around here, next to pill popping and vampires. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found much yet. Oh, so well, if he did murder her, let's just say, he's gonna get away scot-free anyway. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. I don't know. Yeah, well, that's a topic for a different time. You've got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find, or I can help you. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. I'm on the case. I'm just gonna go with the first one. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a... Is the next one gonna be vampire? Is it? A beast! Close. That's close to a vampire. Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Ow, I hate that. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Hush now. Go to sleep. The beast will come for you. Yes, that kind of thing. Oh, they were real enough, all right, the beasts. It's just that they were usually in City Hall. No, they just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges, but I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's an interesting theory. I can help you. Leave the detective work to me. Let's not jump to conclusions. Well, beast. I'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry. I'm all hopped up on pills and scotch. I'll be fine. And you seem like a kind of man who's good at solving mysteries. Sure, can't you see how busy I am with my cases? All of them. The bedsheet over there is a real mystery. I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call if she saw anything suspicious. I don't know why I'm suddenly giving this guy a radio announcer voice, but that's pretty much the only voice I can do. I didn't know she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. Also, you got a pretty good taste in music. I like how this is, I like this. I like this. I like it. Hello? A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Other, less useful symptoms I keep in check. The other one is vampirism. Okay, that joke is getting... No, it's not getting old. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint. I could smell it before I even approached the police line. Someone had forgot to mop up this guy's liver. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Okay, the emotion of a rapidly decomposing liver. Seduction. Sorry, that should have been more seduction. Or not, that was actually pretty creepy. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation, and maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the heights of pleasure when she left this world. Ew. Wait, so there's just... I'm just gonna go out and say it. Pussy juice all over the place, or, alright. Brought new meaning to the word a crime of passion. Well, I just fucked up that sentence. Okay, crime of passion. You guys know. Yeah. Pushing the thought from my mind... and also odor and decomposing rotten corpse, it was time to get down to business. I shall investigate the scene. Oh, it's telling me to investigate the scene. I can look here. I can look... well, that's pretty much it. Oh, I can look at the tree. Looky, scratchy, scratchy. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. The beast left it. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was the mark of an ancient magic. Well, that's an awful conclusion. Just from a simple scratch mark. Okay, never mind. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Oh yeah, the cops not gonna notice this huge fucking gash in the tree. Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange, after all. Hopped up on pills, in case you forgot. Let's have a look here. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of Carquinos. Whatever that is. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night, and walked away on his own 2 feet. He's a vampire! After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me, so I trudged back to my apartment, and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. That's a good line. I like that. Next chapter. The next morning I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office, hunched over, begging for quarters. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. Fuck you, buddy. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask, "Would you like change?" No. "So, what did you find?" "Well, good news, bad news, beasts, yeah, well, I've got some good news. Farnsworth must still be alive. Not sure about beasts, but something unnatural wasn't played. Might be right to worry about monsters. Found a spells mark." Yeah, let's just let her in on the whole thing. "What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be?" "Well, I found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. Or there were signs he was at the scene and slipped away. So the last one kind of implicates him, and the other one kind of reassures her. Let's go for the reassuring bit. Because she totally did it. She's a werewolf. Not a vampire, a werewolf." My tone was indifferent toward her as I turned and grabbed my bottle from the desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. Yeah, meds, right. "But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related?" "What news is that?" "Haven't you heard?" "Well, apparently not." Maybe you should tell me what you know." "No, rough night followed by a rough morning." "Yeah." "They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night." "Yeah, you killed him, or her, because the police chief wouldn't take up the case." "Let me guess, Chief Amato is missing too." My face might have portrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicion, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. Are they ever anything else in film noir? Yeah. He was half the reason I left the force. Fucker. The mayor and the police chief can go fuck themselves. But now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, or maybe it was the pills, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples, which might be the whiskey. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. That night, after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down to see if I could uncover something concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. So we're just, checking out whatever case comes by. Yeah, Next chapter. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil, and please God, not any more pussy juice. Could it be? Not pussy juice, not pussy juice. That smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. Damn it! It's pussy juice. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of. I'll bet you do. And that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking. The nightmares, the headaches, the pills. No, I was better now. Reformed. Except kind of an alcoholic still, but shit. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. Okay, there's a little bit of ropey thing. The boardwalk, lamppost. Alright, let's check this out. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in a splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Yeah, you'd expect coveralls and pearl necklaces and, don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking over at the waves seemed to help me forget. Okay, so someone wearing very expensive clothing and smoking cheap-ass cigarettes was down here, And also someone drew a chalk outline, because sure as fuck wasn't the police. Police don't do that. Police Quest 4 taught me that. The cold held pushed down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. And also blood for some reason, since I apparently am a werewolf/vampire. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. We've all been there, buddy. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline, because I have X-ray vision, apparently. Breaking. Mayor missing. Wife found dead. Oh, good. The mayor's gone, too. We didn't like the mayor either, so fuck it. 2 cases as a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. 4 is a werewolf. Getting ahead of myself. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. Except for the first guy. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days' worth of inhibitor pills. Inhibitor pills, eh? I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. I'll bet you guys are just werewolves made in heaven. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. Yep, sorry, just dusting the fur off my, what do you want? I'm sorry, Lily, I don't have time to talk. I have to go. I've been busy. I'm off to Mrs. Vanetti's crime scene. I'm just gonna play dumb and let her in on everything, even though I know that's not what PIs are supposed to do. I've played Tex Murphy before. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but that would have been a lie. Yeah, around you it would. Jesus. Speaking of Tex Murphy, that is awfully reminiscent of Tex Murphy right there. The alley was the music, of course. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Vanetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. Yeah, you're off your case, man. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. So I gotta look at the trash, gotta look at the car, gotta look at the nope, gotta look at the nope, gotta look at the nope, gotta look at the trash in the car. Alright, let's check out the car first. Vanetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high. And my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. What, that he was dead? Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. Well, no one wants to do the dirty work, except us. But I know how to find the good stuff. Yeah, a little too keen on the dumpster diving there, I think. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Or, you know, could be other things, but let's not, jackpot. Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Vanetti was crooked, but this was unthinkable. And that he would just leave it in the garbage like that. He was careless too, apparently. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Vanetti and Chief Amato, talking about... Wow. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around on this. I guess the text just disappeared off the bottom of the screen. As I searched around for anything that might sausage my fears assuage, I know, I caught the scent again. Oh. It overwhelmed my other senses with undulating pleasure. It was intoxicating, a weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. I have a feeling I'm interpreting the scent wrong, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? Do you mean vampire, werewolf, PI, or drunk? It wasn't possible. Was it? I was taken by inhibitors. I was reformed, but the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I'm killing everyone. I started walking out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. I almost thought that said shitty. Okay, it says shiny. A watch. Not just any watch, though. A watch that Christopher Walken had up his ass for a lot of years. My watch. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, didn't I? Or did I use the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. You are so the killer. So I ran. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. So what's it gonna be? Vampire, werewolf, chupacabra, ghost, a ghost that kills, I don't know. But Lily was still there waiting for me. She's not real, is she? She's your conscience or some metaphorical shit like that. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Hint. My own ghost come back to haunt me from the past. The ghost's ghost, apparently. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I was prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. And the music swells. Odd that I hadn't noticed it before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. As it was, and it was frayed around the edges. Sorry, mood lost, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You are the monster, succubus. Oh, Jack, we're one and the same, you and I. We are both monsters. Called it. And also several other theories, but I totally called it. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Have you been into my stash, woman? Beasts like us should never suppress our true nature. Sorry, I clicked too fast. God damn it. And right in the middle of her speech, too. Those men were probably dead now, too, I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So I killed the mayor. She killed her, not husband, but squeeze or whatever, sugar daddy. And someone killed the detective, no one, or police chief, whatever. So you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down, you probably are. I totally killed, at least the mayor, I'm sure of it. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe she did. You took my watch, messed with my head. Okay, she did. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. And yeah, so is my ass. It's off to fucking jail. Thanks, bitch. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. Yeah, I've never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Great line of questioning there. Oh, please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasures of the flesh. Hang on, have I been playing a female character all this time? I've been giving her the wrong voice then. But I do still need an incubus like yourself. Okay, never mind. To take the tainted seed I've harvested from all those awful men and plant it among the fertile masses for me. This is a perverted game, I like it. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lydia was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. And then I went to bed, drank a couple of more shots, and then I was off. Nice one! So that was the monster inside. Not only was I the monster, so was my client. But then again, everyone died around me, everyone who hated me, and now I have to skip town. Because I don't think anyone wants to see my fugly face around here. So anyway, that was pretty good. I like that. I like the narrative. I like the music, especially. The artwork was very, very nice. So, Clark Abood, whoever you are, nice on you, lad. Hey, go look this guy up and give him a thanks. Or actually, don't go look him up. That's creepy. Anyway, Tyler Owen, very nice story. Doc Auerbach, very nice art. Very moody, isometric. I like it. I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you kids do, but do leave me a comment. I love the comments, and you damn well know it. So, until next time, this is me doffing my fedora. I'll see you around the chrono stream.